place and time without a great divide, and we could be flying deadly high. I'll sail my soul to dream you wide awake. Another place and time without a warning sign, and we could be dying angels fly. I'll sail my soul to dream you wide awake. I'll dream you, I'll dream you, I'll dream you wide awake.
Hello fellow YouTubers, this is Yuto Moses here to give you my review on The Green Hornet. Seth Rogen plays as Brett Reed, who is the heir to his father's newspaper company, and when he died from a bee sting due to an allergic reaction to them, no joke, he leaves everything to his son, and he doesn't seem to pretty much care about his father's legacy or when he died. But one morning when he found out that there's no foam leaf on his coffee, he then calls in the guy who makes his coffee, and he happens to be Kato. And that's how they first met. Again, no joke. And he finds out that he's his father's assistant and also makes his cars and fights martial arts, and that gives Brett the idea to fight crime alongside with him under the identity known as the Green Hornet and spread their reputation through his father's newspaper company and gets the attention of this gangster named Chernovsky, played by Christoph Waltz. Now, the Green Hornet has a long history behind it. It was first released in 1940 as a detective film, and then there was the TV show released in 1966 starring Bruce Lee, which only lasted for one season. And seeing the newest film out, I thought it was nothing special considering how many other superhero movies that's been released from the time span between the TV show and the movie this year. Now, Seth Rogen, I thought he was pretty hilarious in his role, and that's because he was playing himself as usual most of the time. And he was kind of different from those movies because it was PG-13 and he was playing a character that's dealing with loads of cash. And how he fights, I still see him as the same guy from Observe and Report, where he beats the crap out of a bunch of skater boys. So Che-Cho, who I've never heard of before until this movie, filled in Bruce Lee's boots pretty well as Kato, although there's some scenes when he's fighting a bunch of bad guys that he starts scanning them, along with the weapons they're going to use, kind of like in Action Man CGI, and if you don't know what I'm talking about, then watch an episode of that on YouTube. They have it up on there. Now, I was expecting a really great villain from this movie because he was going to be played by Christoph Waltz, who was the Jew hunter in Inglourious Basterds. But how he was written, he was so generic that it was unbelievable. He was a foreign gangster who doesn't really make any jokes. He makes all the predictable moves on the heroes that you would know what he was going to do, and at one point that he was going to become a new kind of villain, of which he's going to call himself Bloodnovsky. I mean, the bad guys in this doesn't get any more stereotypical than this.
You've been here for an hour! You go now!
And I have little hope for him in his other starring role in the Three Musketeers movie, which is going to be directed by W.S. Anderson. Now, as for Cameron Diaz in this movie, I find her to be an extremely overrated actress, and I never found her to be attractive at all, not in The Green Hornet, and not in any film she's ever starred in. Well, except for the Mask of first feature role. So in conclusion, I thought The Green Hornet was a pretty cliched superhero movie, even as a comedy, and this was directed by the same person who made Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind, and he even wrote the script to that. And he didn't wrote the script to The Green Hornet, that was all Seth Rogen, and pretty much I almost expected him to smoke a bong in one scene at one point. So if you're expecting to walk in expecting a superhero movie, then you'll be pretty disappointed. But walk in expecting it to be a comedy, then I think you'll enjoy it like that. Out of 5, I give it 3 out of 5 stars. There are some pretty funny scenes in it, but avoid the 3D version, because I've watched it in 2D, but I can tell from which scenes that are meant to be in 3D while others aren't. So that's all for my review. Rate, comment, and subscribe. I'll be back later. Until then, this is Yuto Moses, signing out.